Hello everyone, and welcome back to the Blues Report. It is a massive day for the Chelsea faithful as we gear up for another pulse-pounding West London derby. To our dedicated audience tuning in from around the globe, the air is thick with anticipation at Stamford Bridge, and we're here to break down everything you need to know about today's high-stakes clash against Brentford. The Rosenior era meets the Premier League. This isn't just another match day, it's a defining moment for our new head coach, Rosenior. After a rollercoaster start, a thumping 5-1 FA Cup win, followed by a gut-wrenching 3-2 loss to Arsenal in the Carabao Cup, today marks his official Premier League debut at the Bridge. The mission is clear: break the league winless streak and restore Stamford Bridge as a fortress. But standing in our way is a Brentford side that has been a literal bogey team for us lately. Did you know the Bees have won all 3 of their Premier League visits to our home turf? It's a record that stings every Blue fan, and the question on everyone's lips is, can Rosenior finally find the tactical masterstroke to neutralise Thomas Frank's directness and organisation? Team news: the return of the Kings. The biggest boost for the squad today is the potential return of our talisman, Cole Palmer, and our captain, Reece James. Both were spotted back in training at Cobham this week after missing the midweek Arsenal thriller. Rosenior has been cautious, but Cole Palmer's presence in the final third is the X-factor we've desperately missed. However, it's not all sunshine. A nasty virus has swept through the training ground, leaving Liam Delap and Jamie Gittins as major doubts. We also have to contend with the long-term absence of Levi Colwill and the doping suspension of Mykhailo Mudryk. Opinion: while having James back is a dream, should we risk him starting given his history? Or is it time to let the young Josh Akeyempong continue his development after a solid showing? Predicted lineups: the Battle of West London. We expect Rosenior to stick to his preferred 4-2-3-1 formation, focusing on high energy and quick transitions. Chelsea 11. Predicted: Sanchez, James, Fofana, Chalobah, Cucurella, Caicedo, Fernandes, Neto, Palmer, Garnacho, João Pedro. Brentford 11 predicted: Kelleher, Kayode, Aja, Collins, Henry, Yarmoliuk, Janelt, Jensen, Lewis Potter, Shade, Thiago. The return of Moises Caicedo from suspension is absolutely vital. He'll be the engine room today, tasked with disrupting Brentford's counter-attacks before they can feed the dangerous Igor Thiago. Analysis and prediction: a bridge too far for the Bees? Tactically, this is going to be a game of chess. Brentford under Keith Andrews, who has stepped up recently, are unbeaten in 6 league games and sit 5th, 3 spots above us. They are ruthless in the air and lethal from set pieces, which has been our Achilles heel for years. However, Chelsea's new look under Rosenior feels more expressive. With Alejandro Garnacho coming off a brace against Arsenal and João Pedro leading the line, we have the flair to unlock any defence. The atmosphere at the Bridge might be tense today, with fans planning pre-match demonstrations regarding the club's ownership. But once that whistle blows, we need the liquidator energy to carry the boys home. My prediction: it's going to be a cagey, high-octane affair. I'm going for a 2-1 Chelsea victory, Palmer to score a penalty, and a late winner from Pedro Neto to finally break the Brentford curse at home. What do you think, Blues fans? Are you confident that Rosenior is the right man to lead this young squad, or does the Brentford record at the Bridge have you worried? Drop your score predictions, and starting X is in the comments below. Absolutely. Let's go under the hood of the Rosenior revolution. While he has only been in the dugout for a few weeks, the tactical DNA of the Blues is already shifting in subtle but fascinating ways. The possession with purpose philosophy. Under Enzo Maresca, we often saw a chessball style. Slow, methodical, and sometimes frustratingly sideways. Rosenior has publicly stated that while he respects that foundation, he wants possession with purpose. Verticality over circulation. Instead of passing for the sake of it, Rosenior is drilling automatism's preset passing patterns. The goal is to bait the opponent's press and then immediately snap through the lines with vertical passes. The goalkeeper as a quarterback, Robert Sanchez, is being asked to take even more risks. Rosenior's system at Strasbourg often saw the keeper acting as a 4th centre-back to create a +1 advantage during build-up. It's high risk, high reward. Expect some heart-in-mouth moments today. Width versus inversion. While Maresca loved inverting fullbacks into midfield, Rosenior showed in the second half against Arsenal that he's happy to let his wingers like Pedro Neto and Estevão stay full width. This stretches the defence horizontally, creating massive gaps in the half spaces for Cole Palmer to exploit. The shapeshifter: 4-2-3-1 or 3-4-2-1. The most exciting part of Rosenior's coaching is his tactical flexibility. He isn't married to one formation. 1. In possession, we often see a 3-2-5. One fullback likely James bombs forward to become a winger, while the other Cucurella tucks in to form a back 3. 2. Out of possession, he demands a mid-block that morphs into a 4-4-2. He isn't a manic presser like Klopp, he's more about traps, letting the opponent have the ball in safe areas before swarming them the moment they play into the middle. Analysis. The biggest change is attitude over alignment. Rosenior recently said he hasn't changed the tactics board as much as he has changed the reaction to setbacks. He wants wave after wave of attacks in the first 10 minutes to get the bridge rocking. The bogey team challenge Brentford are masters of the low block and long ball. They will try to frustrate Rosenior's short passing game by sitting deep and hitting us on the break or via set pieces. The key battle, Moises Caicedo versus Brentford's physical midfield. If Caicedo can win those second balls and stop the transitions, Chelsea will dominate. If we get caught overplaying at the back, it could be a long afternoon. Personal opinion. I love that Rosenior is prioritising intensity and fighting spirit. For too long, this squad has looked technically gifted but mentally fragile. If he can marry Maresca's technical flaw with a higher aggression ceiling, we are looking at a very dangerous Chelsea team. January 15th, 2026, and the winter transfer window is absolutely heating up. We have some massive updates today involving a legendary recommendation, a battle for a Brazilian prodigy, and a twist in the pursuit of a Premier League maverick. The dream continues. Victor Osimhen to Chelsea. The Nigerian king, Victor Osimhen, is once again the name on every Chelsea fan's lips. After his blockbuster move to Galatasaray, where the Turkish giants shattered records to sign him for €75 million, the speculation hasn't cooled down. Our very own Chelsea legend, John Obi Mikel, has been incredibly vocal, essentially acting as an unofficial scout for the club. Mikel has told the board in no uncertain terms, Chelsea must sign Osimhen. Mikel describes Victor as the perfect option, a striker who can stretch the play, score from anywhere, and finally fill the void left by icons like Didier Drogba. While we've seen flashes of brilliance from our current options, nobody possesses that predatory, world-class instinct that Osimhen brings to the table. He is currently tearing it up at the Africa Cup of Nations, but the question remains, will the Blues finally pull the trigger and bring him to London this year? My analysis. Osimhen is the statement signing we need to return to the Champions League elite. He doesn't just bring goals, he brings an aura. But with Galatasaray having spent so much on his wages and transfer fee, can Chelsea find the financial middle ground to make this happen? What do you think, Blues? Is Osimhen the missing piece of the puzzle, or is the price tag simply too high? The Brazilian battle. Breno Biden on the radar. In other news, the recruitment team is looking towards South America again, specifically at Corinthians midfield sensation, Breno Biden. This 20-year-old maestro has been dubbed the Brazilian Pedri, and for good reason. With 11 caps and a goal for the Brazil U20s, Biden is a technical wizard who has become fundamental to Corinthians' success. Chelsea have officially made an inquiry, but we aren't alone. Manchester United and Arsenal are also circling like vultures. Reports suggest that Arsenal have already contacted Biden's agency, making this a three-way London-Manchester shootout. While his market value sits around €14 million, Corinthians are playing hardball. Reports from this month indicate they are demanding a staggering €30 million to €40 million to let him go, especially since he is under contract until 2029. My opinion. Biden represents the Blue Coast strategy perfectly. Buy young, buy talented. However, with a crowded midfield featuring the likes of Caicedo and Enzo, would Biden get the minutes he needs to develop? Do you feel we should prioritise an experienced head in midfield, or is Biden a talent we simply cannot afford to lose to Arsenal, the Lucas Paquetá twist? Finally, we have a major update on Lucas Paquetá. While earlier reports suggested Chelsea were monitoring the West Ham Maverick as a potential first signing for new head coach Liam Rosenior, the trail has hit a significant roadblock. Despite West Ham's struggles near the bottom of the table, Paquetá's camp has reportedly declined the opportunity to join Chelsea this month. Renan Moura and other insiders suggest that while Chelsea were ready to consider a bid, with West Ham demanding over £35 million, the player himself has no intention of staying in England. It appears the allure of a return to his roots with Flamengo is much stronger than a move across London. Paquetá seems disillusioned with English football following his previous legal battles and is looking for a fresh start outside the Premier League. Closing thoughts. It's a whirlwind of emotions today at the Bridge. From the heights of a potential Osimhen deal to the complex chess match for Breno Biden and the likely end of the Paquetá pursuit. One thing is for sure, the The board is active, and they are looking for ways to bolster this squad for the second half of the season. Before you go, I want to hear from you. 1. Should we break the bank for Osimhen now, or wait until the summer? 2. Is Breno Biden the right profile for our midfield right now? 3. Are you disappointed that Paquetá has seemingly rejected a move to the Blues? Building on those bombshell reports, the drama at Cobham is reaching a fever pitch as we move deeper into the January window. Beyond the pursuit of a new striker and midfield reinforcements, there are significant whispers about the internal reshuffling under our new manager, Rosenior. The transition from the Enzo Maresca era has brought a fresh set of eyes to the squad, and Rosenior is reportedly taking these final weeks of the window to decide who fits his high-intensity vision and who might be headed for the exit door to balance the books. One of the most heart-wrenching updates for the youth enthusiasts is the situation surrounding Tyreek George. Despite his breakthrough last season, reports suggest the 19-year-old wonder kid is expected to leave the club before the deadline after falling out of favour. It's a move that has divided the fan base. Seeing a Cobham graduate of his quality potentially sold to rivals like Fulham or Crystal Palace is a tough pill to swallow. Furthermore, with heavyweights like Alejandro Garnacho and João Pedro already in the building following their summer arrivals, the competition for places has never been more cutthroat. The club is also working tirelessly behind the scenes to manage the outgoings list. We've already seen Leo Castledine depart for Middlesbrough, but bigger names like Raheem Sterling and Axel Disasi continue to be linked with moves away to help fund the potential €30 million plus swoop for Breno Biden or the massive financial package required for Osimhen. The board is under pressure to maintain a positive transfer balance to comply with UEFA's latest restrictions, meaning every incoming dream signing might require a painful departure. My analysis: this is the most critical juncture of Chelsea's season. We are sitting in a position where one or two elite signings could propel us back into the top four conversation, but the risk of bloating the squad further is real. Rosenior's arrival has slowed down the scattergun approach, but the pressure from legends like Mikel to sign a finished product like Osimhen is mounting by the day. Now, I have to ask you, the heart of this club. With Tyreek George potentially leaving, are we losing the soul of Chelsea, or is this just the price of modern success? If we can only sign one player this January, Osimhen or Biden, who are you choosing to save our season? Do you trust Liam Rosenior to make the right calls in the market after only being in the job for a few weeks? Hello, and a massive welcome to all our loyal listeners and viewers of the Blues Report. It is a thrilling time to be a Chelsea fan as the January transfer window heats up and the rumour mill at Stamford Bridge goes into overdrive. We've got some absolutely massive updates today regarding potential blockbuster moves that could reshape our front line. From the Bundesliga's newest sensation to a star-studded pursuit in Madrid and a reunion with a familiar face, the bridge is buzzing. Let's dive into the latest developments that have every Chelsea supporter talking.